I have played a little bit of Dark and Darker. This wipe I set a goal of eventually running with named weapons, something I've never done. This needs money. Lots of money. Skull keys are one of the game's big ticket items. They're used to open a door in High Roller Inferno, but they're almost never used for that. Instead, they're used as storage for amounts of money too great to store by normal means. They can be traded for 7 to 9 golden keys. Gold keys are worth around 6 to 8k individually, depending on the time of wipe. That means that as of right now, a single skull key is worth roughly 60k. OnePeg released a video a little while ago about the effects of luck and how to get skull keys consistently. Luck is effectively a useless stat usually. The chance of getting a legendary weapon from normal Ghost King with 0 luck is 0.6%. Whack that luck up to max, 500, and your chances go up to a whopping 0.68%. Not even 0.1%. However, if we look at the miss tab on Ghost King's loot table on the wiki, it has a 4% chance to drop a utility item. Those items being a skull key and a golden key. There's a 2% chance of getting a skull key with 0 luck. Put that up to max luck, then the chance more than quadruples, giving us roughly an 8.7% chance of getting a skull key. Not bad at all! If each Inferno boss run takes roughly 40 minutes, then I could expect to get a skull key every 11 runs or so, which would be 7 to 8 hours. Good, right?
Wrong!
The skull key drop rate sucks for both Lich and Warlord, and I can't consistently do Warlord, so I'm skipping him altogether. Excluding those two bosses means from the moment I click play, my chance of getting a skull key is more like 4%. But still, I like those odds, so I ran it.
Come on, baby.
So the goal is big money by high volume of boss kills. I mentioned the numbers just now, those are for normals. On High Roller, the percentage chance basically triples with max luck gear, and Lich's skull key drop rate is the same as Ghost King's. But High Roller is too hot, and as of recording this, the High Roller season hasn't started, so a lot of people are just there for high value kills. Obviously, I am sick at the game, but there is always the risk of getting third partied or just strong armed by someone in a 20k set, or you know, just some bullshit like Rondel Platefire or any Warlock, haha, am I right, Reddit? The drop rate is good enough in normals that I thought it was possible to squeeze max luck in the sub 125 bracket. The normal queue has for a while been split into 3 gear brackets, sub 25, sub 125, and then everything else. I can usually sweep the sub 25 gear bracket. It's mostly full of newer players wanting to practice fights or people leveling up ults. I'd get a free boss run, but I'd be limited to the luck gear I find in raid. I could not worry about gear score and just put on a decent full set, but that would cost a lot more, and the experienced players are all in the over 125 bracket, because that's where you'll make some money on kills. Obviously the risk of not getting to a boss increases. I worked out how to squeeze max luck into sub 125 lobbies, with my set costing roughly 1.5k. I would always run blue or epic lightfoot boots with additional move speed. These would usually cost around 500. Then I would go for a high roll of luck on everything. Loose trousers, adventure tunic, leather cap, dex or vigor rings, dex cape, and a frost amulet. Squire gear for everything else. On top of that, I paid my religion tax to Blyfire and got the luck blessing. It used to be 68 and now it's capped to 20, and obviously I'd take a purple luck point. This would pretty much always allow me to be between 350 and 500 luck, which is the Goldilocks zone for skull key drop rates.
It's dog shit.
So far we've only spoken about skull keys, but gold keys are also on the cards. Roughly 8% chance from both Lich and Ghost King. But there is another source of gold keys, the Skelly Champion. That big skelly boy has a 1% chance to drop a key, up to 6.8% chance with max luck. Skelly Champ would be a nice little side quest supply of cash in these runs. The aim of this build is to be fast, at least slightly durable, and more importantly, be very lucky. I am avoiding fights. I am being very friendly. I am walking up and saying
Hello, hello, hello.
to everyone. But a lot of people want the smoke, you know, and they get the smoke. But for the most part, actually people don't want to fight. Everyone in these lobbies is either doing quests or trying to make a bit of cash. Probably 70% of people are friendly, which genuinely did surprise me. Some tried to help with the boss. Some died trying to help with the boss. Some tried to kill me doing the boss. What also surprised me is how every single run, nobody else was trying the boss in this gear bracket. I barely ever even saw anyone in the boss room. I think at the moment, barely anyone is even going down to Inferno at all. The 3-tier system we have is just not it in its current format. In the 2-tier dungeons, it would be 2 14-minute rounds. Now it's 3 11-minute rounds. It doesn't feel good. I feel a bit rushed in each layer. Sometimes one fight can last 8 minutes, and we've both achieved nothing as we've run out of time and both had to leave. So I mentioned Skelly Champ. Pretty much every match I wasn't AFK in a dark corner, I would go to this module in the ruins, and these modules in crypts, and then this module in Inferno when it was Warlord. I'd kill the Skelly Champs there. I was probably averaging 1 or 2 Skelly Champs per run. The biggest threats were probably actually just dying to PvE. This one Nightmare Gargoyle in the Inferno spawn specifically. If I got into a fight, I could pretty much always run away, like with this very rude Warlock who was aggro straight away. I saw him later and gave him the sauce. He ran down into crypts. I was having a friendly chat with someone, and I saw him again, so I had to give him some more sauce. The next biggest threat was people pretending to be friendly. Like this Barb, who only opened on me when a druid shows up and tries to wall me into the Barb with Groot and Thornwall. Suspicious. He chased me down and I died to a wall spike. And then guess what? A few days later I saw a familiar name in the kill feed. He was waiting for me at the door of my spawn in Inferno. And I got my revenge. So guess what? I killed the boss and got nothing. But that wasn't the complete theme. I was actually really lucky at first. I was doing this in duos with a friend. It is believed that luck applies to the person who kills the target. So we were bossing.
It's a skull key!
Steps as well. We need to get out. I swear.
This was on the second day of running luck into bosses. I was thinking, holy shit, if it's this easy then I'm going to be minted. I sold the skull key for 9 gold keys, gave 5 to my friend. Then the next gold key we got off a Skelly Champ is mine. And that happened a few days later when I was playing with him. So we were good. 5 gold keys each. Not bad, right?
Wrong.
I wanted a skull key to myself. And that was easy. Should be a breeze getting another that I didn't have to split, right? Also
Wrong.
I went dry. Really dry. In my recordings, the skull key in duos was on my 3rd try. I'm sure I lost a few recordings along the way, but it can't have been many at all. I picked up a few gold keys along the way, but for how many bosses in Skelly Champ I killed, I was pretty dry on those too. I killed Ghost King a lot. I killed Lich a lot. I saw Warlord a lot. Until finally...
Oh my god.
It finally dropped on a solo Ghost King. Sweet relief. But I wasn't safe and secure in my stash yet. During the boss, there was a Rondel fighter just running around the boss room opening doors. I was certain he was going to pull up after I killed the boss. I just needed to GTFO. So I ran to the southwest room, which I think is the easiest to extract from boss room in Inferno, on both maps. This one has just 1 dog, 2 bats and a skelly. I open the door, it's cleared, and there's a ranger kiting around a centaur. Fuck's sake. So I acted cool, pretended to help him. From his body language, I reckon he would have definitely been hostile if there wasn't a centaur chasing him. The portals came up, so I opened 2 so he wouldn't get on me, and I got out there.
I will open one for you.
It's pretty scary opening a portal when you know there's a longbow ranger and a centaur running behind you, and there's 60k in your pocket. But I was out.
Yes! I fucking got a skull key!
I'd finally got a solo skull key and some supplementary gold keys along the way. My takeaway in total was 1 skull key and a half. 4 other gold keys from bosses and Skelly Champs. I'd sold some of the gold keys along the way for some cash, stash tabs, etc. gearing up if I was down bad. So the final key count was 6 gold keys and 1 skull key. Currently they are 7k each, so that's over 100k in just keys. In total I have recordings of 24 Ghost Kings and 17 Liches. Bear in mind I got the first skull key after just 3 kills, so I went 20 Ghost Kings dry.
Okay.
At the start I did the numbers for Ghost King, and it was 11 runs per skull key. So in total I was about on odds for skull keys. For gold keys, I got way less than I should have. I only saw 4, which would have been about what I'd expect between Lich and Ghost King.
You can have it.
I didn't get a single key from Lich and 2 from Skelly champs. If I was killing 1 champ per run, that's a little under odds for 41 games. But that's excluding the runs where I saw Warlord. That would put me on roughly 60 runs. So at those numbers I should expect another 2 golden keys. Still not mad about it, I got the skull key. If I was on odds for Lich, I'd have 2 more gold keys in my stash. So in total I was about 4 gold keys under drop rate. For this video I probably did about 60 to 70 runs, so probably about 40 to 50 hours of gameplay. To walk away with over 100k and a bunch of decent self-found gear for Arena is pretty good. Next up, now that I have lots of money, I'm going to graduate to High Roller. Hopefully this new season starts so the boss kills will go towards a demigod grind. If you enjoyed this video, please chuck us a like, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe and leave a comment with what you'd like to see in the future. Thank you, bye bye.